Speaking about opposition, we've seen the disturbing trend. Opposition in Nigeria, we've seen the disturbing trends where opposition party members, their meeting places have been attacked, the offices, party offices have been attacked, which is quite unfortunate. Some time back, we saw that Peter Obi, he went to Benin, a former candidate of Labour Party in Benin, you know, who was defecting to ADC, and Olumide Apata, former NBA chairman. He was the candidate for Labour Party in 2023 elections in Edo State gubernatorial race. He was defecting to ADC, and Peter Obi went there. He was in the company of the former governors of Edo State, and Odige Oyegun, Professor Osumbo, and company of other ADC stakeholders in Edo State, and we saw a situation whereby as they were meeting in the party secretariat in Edo State, they got information that some thugs and hoodlums or people were coming to attack the venue. And so they quickly rounded off and they went to the residence of Odige Oyegun. Soon after they left, the party secretariat was attacked, and we saw videos of properties being destroyed, and they said some people that were attacked had to be taken to the hospital. Thereafter, at the residence of Odige Oyegun, there were attacks where gunshots were fired into the premises of Odige Oyegun, and then it took the intervention of the DSS and other security agents that were protecting the principals, the Peter Obi and others, to thwart the attackers from coming in or something like that. So that was quite disturbing. I've seen this situation play out in Lagos State, where Gbadebo Rose-Vivour, when he wanted to move from Labour Party to ADC, Rose-Vivour had to pick 3 venues or more. They put venues that to deceive the people that would attack the venue, to deceive them into thinking, okay, it was those venues. They had another venue in mind, but they picked other venues that were announced, And still we have a situation whereby the venues that they announced were attacked when Gbadebo Rose-Vivour in Lagos State wanted to move to ADC. And we see the same situation in Kaduna State when Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was moving to ADC in Kaduna State. So we've seen various attacks on opposition parties, especially the ADC, when the principal in that, a principal of ADC, a chieftain of ADC, when he wants to go to an opposition person who wants to move to ADC. Yesterday, we saw Rotimi Amaechi posted a video where there's a party, ADC party office in Rivers State, I think in his hometown or so, that was burnt. Gunshots were heard, Rotimi Amaechi, former governor of Rivers State, picked the ADC ticket yesterday, ADC membership card yesterday. So we've seen attack on ADC party premises, offices in Rivers State. We've seen attacks in Benin. We've seen attacks in Lagos. We've seen attacks in Kaduna State. So the irony of it is that we have an administration, a government, that says that they are fighting insecurity. So if you are fighting insecurity, why would we have situations where if it's the APC that is holding meetings, it goes well? If candidates of the APC, Rivers State, Fubara moved to ADC, to move to APC, the ruling party, nothing happened. Bayelsa State, the way they moved to APC, nothing happened. In other places that people defer from PDP to APC, the ruling party, nothing happens. But when somebody wants to defect to ADC, then you now have people sponsoring talks. Like in Edo State, they're facing a lot of insecurity challenges. Like in Edo North, we have people in the Ekpoman environs who are facing issues of insecurity, kidnapping, and all of that. You know, we have the governor saying he wants to fight insecurity, he wants to fight cultism, and all of that. The same Edo State government that is fighting, that pledges to fight insecurity, the same government that are alleged to be sponsoring people with weapons to go and attack opposition meetings and all that, which is unfortunate. The president should look into this. It is sad that Nigeria has a history of political violence in the past, which is very can get really very bad. We have prominent figures being unalived in the past due to politics. You know, so the president should look into this. The president should not encourage his subordinates, the governors, and all that to be doing this. Yeah, this is not election. This is just for somebody who says, okay, I want to join this party, I want to join this party, and calls a group of people together and say, okay, let's move to this party. And they are holding a meeting. They get permission to use the venue, or the venue belongs to their party. It's just a meeting of people wanting to move from one party to the other. It's not election yet. It's not campaign yet. And we're seeing this level of violence. How do you fight violence when it's been alleged that your party members are sponsoring people to disrupt the activities of other political parties, which is quite unfortunate. So, Senator Harry Siraki Dixon moved from PDP to NDC. Nigeria Democratic Congress is one of the new parties approved by INEC. It's an interesting move. I thought that he was going to join ADC, but he has chosen to join NDC. I think it's a strategic move because now that a senator is in NDC, and they're calling for membership and all that, NDC will now offer platform. There are some people that are currently in the APC who will feel that they may not get headway in APC, and they don't want to move to ADC because ADC is the main opposition coalition, and joining ADC means you are now affront to President Tinubu aspirations for re-election. So those who they want to leave APC, want to leave PDP, they don't want to go to a party they feel that they will be targets of the presidential power and all that. They can now decide to move to NDC, Nigeria Democratic Party. So we have the All Progressive Congress, APC, the ruling party. We have African Democratic Congress, ADC, the main opposition party. And now you have the NDC, Nigeria Democratic Congress, with Senator from Bayelsa State, former governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Henry Siraki Dixon, yesterday also defecting from PDP to NDC. And the good thing that the activities, I didn't hear news of the activities of his movement to NDC being disrupted by talks, which is something that should really not happen. Then I just saw a video where Valentine Ozigo, who was once in Labour Party and he was supposed to contest for governorship of Anambra State Labour Party, then surprisingly, he left. It wasn't a surprise because Labour Party was in disarray. But surprisingly, he moved to APC. And he was asked about Peter Obi, and he made some comments. It's obvious that some of those who have left Peter Obi felt really bad because of the situation in Labour Party. The Labour Party was really in shambles, and some of them felt that Peter Obi and other leaders in Labour Party didn't do enough to correct that. I feel that the Labour Party was probably Peter Obi had seen it all along that the Labour Party will not be a sustainable platform going forward, because we have that internal party problem in the Labour Party, which just didn't go away, But some have pointed that if Peter Obi could have done more also, then Peter Obi wants to become president, probably he saw that Labour Party will not be a good platform as he has defected from that. and now in ADC. We see the politics that are playing out in ADC. You know, we've seen that Peter Obi, of course, is interested. He wants to become president. We've seen Rotimi Amaechi. He wants to become president as well. And then we have Atiku Abubakar, there in the party, and he wants to become president. See the politics that are playing out in the ADC. Now that we have an NDC, Nigeria Democratic Congress, probably that place can be another platform for people who feel that they cannot get their way in ADC or APC or other opposition parties. So Nigerian politics, as it's playing out, violence is bad. Nigeria has history of political violence which doesn't bode well for anybody. So the president, the governors, the president is a ruling party. Majority of the governors are now in APC. So they have the infrastructure, they have the structure to win re-election. There is no need for talks to be sent to disrupt party activities of opposition parties. Because ironical, if you are preaching for security, if you are preaching for peace and good orderliness and all that, then you should allow opposition to hold their meetings in peace and not be causing mayhem. Those people who are used to disrupt these political events, they could be sent to areas where there's insecurity so that they use their energy, their usefulness and all that to go and fight those who are agents of insecurity and not be used to cause harm or propagate damage and harm to people who just want to meet peacefully, in exercise of their fundamental rights to freedom of association, and freedom of speech and all of that.